It's your boy, Desi Ray Johnson, and today I just really wanted to talk to you guys and tell y'all a story time video. So today we're gonna be having a story time video. I don't know if y'all know who Daniel Cormier is. Daniel Cormier was an MMA fighter for the UFC, an Olympian wrestler. I'm pretty sure he took fourth, and yeah, he took fourth in the Olympics. Great accolades, wrestled for the world team his whole life. And I'm gonna tell y'all about my experience going to the high school that he coached at, my freshman year of high school, and yeah, how that happened, how that unfolded from the beginning to the end. It's pretty crazy. So I want to start off is, I guess I have to go back a little bit with my wrestling career. Around middle school, I was going to Harker Middle School. My uncle worked there and he got me in, right? And he helped me get financial aid and things like that. Mind you, it was like one of the best private schools. And I was wrestling for his club. And then on top of that, I was getting trained by Jacob Palomino on the side, you know what I'm saying? My dad had money, so, he made sure I was trained independently. I think that's why I got so good, is because I had one-on-one training. Yeah, so basically I was wrestling the AKA wrestlers that DC was training in middle school. And there was this kid named Diego something. I don't remember his name, but he was really short and stocky. But we were the same weight. And it was crazy. Mind you, I'm a taller dude. I'm about 6 foot. Yeah, I was always tall and super lanky. And mind you, this kid's like, 5'8" in the same weight. Just kind of built like DC. Like, it was like John Jones versus DC in a wrestling match. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit was crazy, bro. But yeah, I used to shoot on this nigga. One thing I remember DC being mad, but also amazed at my athleticism, bro. Because I used to shoot so fucking low on this kid. Mind you, it's hard shooting as a taller wrestler. Like, it's the shorter wrestler that's supposed to shoot on the taller wrestler, right? Like, and wrestling is one of the only sports where height doesn't give you a fucking advantage. So I'm shooting super low on this nigga, picking him up. I remember picking him up and it's going this way. I was so retarded, and any real wrestler knows this. When you shoot and you turn the corner this way, right? I used to turn the corner this way. But I used to get away with it because I was so athletic and so fast. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to toot my own horn. It's just the truth. I could pull some highlights. Maybe I'll insert them right here. But yeah, so I used to wrestle this kid. And around this time, especially in the summer, Gilroy didn't have DC as a coach. He hadn't taken over that program yet. In fact, there was a man named Greg Varela. And I want to give him a shout out because he's one of the greatest coaches I've ever had. Greatest coaches. So what people don't realize about Gilroy and about that program, before DC inherited it, it was already a very good program with very good wrestlers. And Greg Varela is the reason they got good. Now, I give credit to DC. DC gave them the resources, gave them the exposure, paid for the trips to get those kids out there and make them even better and put them in better places, right? So he had his benefits, but I'm saying before, Greg Varela took that program and was ridiculous with it. Shout out to him. He actually trains at Los Gatos High School right now. He coaches at Los Gatos High School. So the crazy thing is, Greg Varela had that program, mind you. There's like a whole history of Gilroy, bro. That's what people don't realize, bro. There's a whole history. That it was the Gonzaleses that had it, and then they had beef, and they left, and things like that. So, yeah. So with all that history that came with it, right? Now, my dad used to take me to Greg, and I used to train with Greg. And it was rough. I'm not gonna lie. My mom used to take me sometimes. It'd be like 7 in the morning, from what I remember, to like 3 p.m. Like, we were training like Dagestanis. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, they were all day wrestling. And then he would do these camps where it was literally, and I hated it. I absolutely hated it. I hated Gilroy, right? Because Gilroy, where I lived, I lived in Santa Clara. Santa Clara is a city that's adjacent to San Jose. And Gilroy is like a rural town that's like 45 minutes outside of San Jose. So like I'm from the city, right? And I have to go to this little ass town. So we used to drive like 45 minutes. Drive me off all day, and then I used to wrestle over there. And I don't know, for some reason I didn't really like it like that. And I used to get my ass whooped all fucking day. So the plan was to follow Greg Barella. So coming into my freshman year, I actually had a choice. I had a choice between wrestling at Los Gatos, because Greg Barella got a better offer to go wrestle at Los Gatos High School, right? Or continue to wrestle at Gilroy. And there was rumors that Daniel Cormier was going to take over the program. And it's crazy thinking about it. I really wasn't going to go to Gilroy until I found out that one of my best friends, shout out to him, Dante Lopez, was going over there. So I was like, you know what? Bro, now I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the homie. I gotta go with Dante. I like found out he moved across the street. It was just random. Like, nigga, I'm like, and I guess people were just taking advantage of, like, well, a lot of people wanted to, you know what I'm saying, they want to go to a lot of the people that were with Greg Barella wanted to go to Los Gatos, but they couldn't get in that district. And then another thing was the Gonzaleses, right? There was the Gonzales that took the Gilroy program before. They had moved to this private school. I forgot what it was called, but some of them couldn't afford it. So people were like, well, I could just go to this public school, right? Get in that district, and then all of a sudden now I'm training with Daniel Cormier. So everybody was getting behind this. So I'm like, all right, bet, I finna go as well. And I made that choice. And honestly, going back, this has nothing to do with DC. This has nothing to do with my experience. Just the way the stars had lined up, I should have went to Los Gatos. I really should have went to Los Gatos because they had money behind that program, and the things that happened in my life, they would have tried to keep me there. And on top of that, I mean, it would have been cool. It would have been nice. It's, you know, Los Gatos High School, this is one of the richest school districts of all time. I would have made crazy connections. You know what I'm saying? I probably would have been the only black kid. But hey, you know what I'm saying? They probably had some fine white girls, fine Asian girls, you know what I'm saying? I would have had a really nice time. But anyways, now Gilroy is like majority Mexican and then majority white. It's Mexican and white, right? It's just kind of black and white town. Like, there's really no other bounds around that. There's Chicanos, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers and lowriders and shit. So I decided to go to Gilroy, bro. I started taking the bus. I used to take the 22 for an hour. And there was the 522, which is a faster version of it. I used to take the bus up and back. Man, I was just like a 14, 15-year-old kid. I played football over there. And one thing I could say about that program was, now DC, he got us new shoes. I had the Nike ones. I forgot what the swoosh that glow. I had our singlets were dope. I mean, our gear was dope. We had the jackets. He took care of us. I mean, I remember even Ariel Hawani showing up. And I didn't even know who that was because I wasn't even really into MMA like that. I remember there being Deron Wynn was our assistant coach. Butch, what was his name? I forgot. I think it was Butch. Short black dude that hangs out with DC. They just had all these people around him. And I was like, yeah, like who are these people? And I'm starting to get to know the MMA community. Like, you would have it's funny, if you watch some of his fights, there's people that were in his corner, like his weightlifting coach, he had him training us. So it's like, everything kind of came full circle when I became less of a casual fan of the UFC, right? Like, oh damn, these niggas were really all around us this whole time. So basically, yeah, it was good, but the problem was that when I was wrestling, I was a freshman, a big freshman, right? I'm 180 pounds as a freshman. And the only kids I could really wrestle with, there was no freshmen I could wrestle with, so I was wrestling with seniors, and they had this dude named Ryan Reyes come in. And I'm not gonna lie, a lot of them were in a way hazing me. Like, bro, it would be like we be wrestling live and they be sneaking in chokes and choking the shit out of me. And, you know what I'm saying, trying to hit me and try to do things. I will say, though, Chase Saldate was an amazing teammate. He was an amazing teammate. He would call out our stupid shit because we do stupid shit as freshmen, but Chase Saldate was a good dude. And when I wrestled him, he never tried to. He was just so fucking good. He didn't need to do shit like that. He didn't need to do cheap shots. I bet that nigga, he wrestles like I mean, non-stop. Here, continuous with this ridiculous, right? I ain't gonna really say names, but there was a point where I almost got in a fight. I remember at multiple points where I used to get mad and be like, all right, bro, like, let's go. Let's run it, nigga. Like, what's good? Because you want to do this, you know what I'm saying? Or, like, there was one time, there was a wrestler, and I love him, you know what I'm saying? We got past this. I took a shot, or it was positional wrestling. So we started in the position of having the front headlock. And he got a choke on me and choked the shit out of me for like a minute and a half. And I remember I broke free from that choke. And when I tell you, bro, I took the hardest fucking blast double you have ever fucking seen in your life. Head into this nigga's chest, bro. I picked this to my dude. This was like a 160 pounder, 170 pounder. I'm pretty sure, 150 pounder. He was a little lighter than me, but he was older. Pick this nigga up. Mind you, this is off season too. This is not when he's cutting weight. Pick this nigga up and slammed him through the fucking wall. Now, guess what? It was my motherfucking turn for this nigga to be down. It was my motherfucking turn, right? So I'm like, bet, nigga, you get down. I'm gonna choke the shit out you. And DC was sitting like that, like sit right there. He was like, oh shit, we gotta get this nigga in the UFC. Oh shit. He loved it, right? And he was sitting there, and fucking, I get down. He doesn't want to get down. The kid didn't want to get down. It was actually kind of crazy. The senior did not want to get down and never got in a position of wrestling. He was like, nah, bro. And I was like, you tried to choke me, so what's good, nigga? Like, and you should have seen his face. That used to happen a lot. People used to think I was a scrub until, like, I snapped. I used to snap on motherfuckers. And all of a sudden, they be in there. My double is fucking ridiculous. One of the best doubles. And I ain't trying to toot my horn. I'm just saying. Just, you know what I'm saying, ridiculous athleticism and shit like that. Okay, now, DC at the time was focusing on the starting lineup. He was focusing on the better wrestlers. And for some reason, which was natural, right? I did really good in middle school, but the transfer to high school was a little bit difficult. I was having that problem. Like, I was losing matches. I was losing because of small reasons. And this is where I want to say shout out to Matt Corona. Matt Corona was the assistant coach with Greg Barella before. So for some reason, I just wasn't really clicking with me. But I will say DC also brought this guy named, I think it was James Lockley, I think. James something. He wrestled at Penn State. He's a black dude. He's a heavyweight. He's big. He fought in the UFC too. Or he didn't fight in the UFC, he fought MMA. I don't know what he's doing now, but shout out to him too. He used to wrestle with us with the heavyweights. But basically was that there was another 180 pounder named Dallas. And in our wrestle off, I lost by 1 point. And he got the position. But we did not have a 220 pounder. So my dad was like, all right, well, you're gonna go up. And everybody was like, you're tripping, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I went up a weight class. Mind you, I'm at 180. I'm like, we're going to beat these kids with speed. Speed fucking kills. That's what people don't get. Everybody wants to cut weight, but sometimes you can use your speed and the lack of weight, right, to beat these bigger guys. So what Matt Corona started doing, Matt Corona was a PE coach at Silver Creek High School. So what he used to do is he used to train me in the morning, early in the fucking morning, and started showing me how to transition from and use my natural gifts and just make small tweaks, right? Like it was the underhook. Now all of a sudden, people were underhooking me a lot. Basically, the bigger dudes were underhooking me and putting me like this, right? So all of a sudden, I could push out of it and go to the sweep, right? All of a sudden, I could go to the double. So I just needed the transitions and the setups for my shots. And Matt Corona took me under his wing. He taught me great lessons. If he watches this video, shout out to you, bro. I love you, man. But he told me, he said, when you walk into a room, take control. You want to have control of the situation. He said something along the lines of that. Maybe I botched it, you know what I'm saying? But he said something along the lines of that, and he really helped me with my wrestling. I can't tell this story without mentioning him. He progressed my wrestling in a great way. DC gave us the resources, right? Gave us the coaching, gave us the exposure, took us to tournaments. I mean, he took us to 5 counties. He took us to all these different places. Sent here, Fargo, Nationals, all those things. But I'm gonna get to that. Around that time, this is crazy. How school was going, right? School was going all right. I was young. What else happened? So I'm wrestling with Matt Corona. I start to get better, right? Y'all will not believe this shit, bro. Bro, I made it to CCS. Mind you, CCS is a tournament. If y'all not from California, y'all not from the Bay Area, it's a tournament that's before the state tournament. And when I tell you, it is harder than 99% of the state tournaments out in other states. California is the whole state. If you win state, you won the whole fucking state. CCS is your Central Coast section. So we're talking like 80, 90 schools or some crazy shit like that. And it's at the biggest high school. It's at the high school that has the biggest gym. And it's in San Jose. And we went over there, and I made it to the finals. At the finals as a 180-pound freshman. This is against juniors, seniors. I'm pinning niggas, I'm shooting niggas, I'm shooting on niggas, I'm taking them down. And then I wrestled Victor Jaquez in the finals. Victor Jaquez was this big-ass Mexican vato, fool. Big-ass Mexican vato. I mean, this motherfucker was like, he was cutting for 220. Nigga was 6'1", boom, boom, fucking solid, bro. Goatee, nigga he looked like when you're like, if you on the yard in a movie, nigga, and like the vato comes out, the main vato comes out, bro, that's the motherfucker. That's him. Victor Jaquez, bro. His dad was big as shit, too. I actually ended up training with him later. He's a senior, bro. I go out there, I'm like, my brother tells me, he's like, bro, Buster Douglas beat Mike Tyson. But I was just too small, bro. I go out there and fucking club that nigga's head hella hard. Like the whole crowd went, oh shit, right? So I'm sitting there, I try to shoot, got taken down, got pinned, bro. But honestly, it was still an amazing feat that I actually went that far. And I made the CCS. So I took second, I qualified for state. Bro, y'all will not believe this shit, bro. The first fucking match, I wrestled the number 1 guy in state, bro. The number 1 nigga in state, bro. I'm like, are y'all fucking serious right now? Are y'all fucking serious? Bro, this nigga was a white corn-fed white boy, bro. This nigga literally flipped me over like pancakes, bro. Just easy match. I think I won a match after that, and I lost, and I was out. I made the state, and then crazy thing, Victor Jaquez got upset. He was the number 1 guy. I wrestled the number 2 guy. Victor Jaquez got up. He was the number 1 guy in state. I wrestled him at CCS. This nigga got upset by this just like random black kid, bro. This random dark-skinned nigga with cornrows, bro. Like I was like, what the f-? This nigga came up to me. I was like, hey, bro, get him, nigga. You know how niggas are. We see each other. We show love. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, what's good, bro? Like, get him, nigga. He goes out, bro. I kid you not. I don't know what it was, because Victor Jaquez got upset by a black dude the year before. I don't know what he wrestles big black kids, bro. That nigga, I don't know what it is, bro. This nigga did some crazy shit, like a fucking head and arm, bro. He's a scrub. Like, I'm telling you, he wrestled like this. Head and arm pins the fucking number 1 guy in the state, bro. But hey, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Dante. Dante got a lot of points for state. Ryan Reyes won state. I think Chase Aldante took second that year. Daniel Vizcarra got really far. Nate Villarreal got really far. Daniel Vizcarra placed 5th or something like that. People don't really understand how hard it is to place that state. If you win state in California, you are the #1 guy in the fucking country. I don't care what people say. You are one of the best wrestlers in the country. So, yeah, it was just crazy. It was just a crazy, tumultuous year. I just think it wasn't. It's funny though because I don't think DC's program is like that anymore. It just was kind of like a little bit, like it was a team on paper, and there was the, you know what I'm saying, there was the recognition and the what's it called, the celebrity status that we kind of had, but at the same time, like it wasn't really a team. Sometimes it didn't feel like that. Sometimes it was flawed. There was shit going on behind the scenes. Real talk, there was shit going on behind the scenes, especially with us. I mean, I was retarded, bro. I was smoking weed, you know what I'm saying? I remember we got caught smoking weed. We came to fucking practice high as shit. And somebody told on us. I was actually wrestling good. Somebody told on us, bro. And I remember DC had his tried to get his drug testers, and I left. I just left practice, bro. I ran, bro. I was like, fuck, though. He was there. They were like, it was crazy shit happened, bro. We were retarded back then. What else? I'm trying to think. What else? Some other things that happened. But yeah, things were good. Shout out to Cassandra. I remember her. It's this woman that's like his assistant. Great woman. But yeah, DC's a good dude. DC's a good dude, and he's taking care of me. But you know, there's some things that are outside your control as a coach, and there's just things that happen that went down, but I see him getting better now because now all of a sudden he has an academy now. So he's actually raising these kids up. He has a next generation of wrestlers. So he's doing the same thing Greg Varela did, where he's like he has these kids that are growing into this program. So I just pray, you know, eventually gets his state championship. But Jesus is a good dude, man. He to this day still answers my texts. You know what I'm saying? Still answers my calls, but yeah, it was just crazy, but I had to leave because, you know what I'm saying, my dad got locked up. He was about to get locked up. It just didn't make sense for me to drive all that way. My mom was going to do that, so I went to my home school. So I went to 3 different high schools. I went there, and then we ended up moving to New Mexico. It's funny. We ended up moving to Albuquerque, where I met John motherfucking Jones, and I ended up training with him. But that's for another video. Appreciate you. I forgot to say, after state, basically what happened was, this is where I really found success. I went to nationals, NHCAs, and I actually won that. I'm gonna add some clips right here so y'all can watch that. And then also, it's crazy, a little bit of more story time. I went to Fargo that year. Fucking horrible, bro. I got in like a fight with my teammate the night before and didn't sleep because it was like 100 degrees in them dorms. And like I gave the AC to our heavyweight thinking that we were gonna share the one AC and he didn't want to share it, and I couldn't sleep. So yeah, that's basically what happened. But shout out to DC.
Come here. Bring it in. Ryan, bring it in. Bring it in, Chief. Come on, man.
Hey,
you can't just keep saying like, all right.
You know how I break people? Is I would take these dudes down like 4 or 5 times. And then after you take them down like for the 5th time.
That's so nice. I can't get it.
Stennett of Illinois, Stennett with a 2-0 lead. Satoshi of Tennessee, Tanner Mendoza, Arizona in a war off